Welcome back, guys, to a new video, and today I'm going to talk about black hat strategies. So what are black hat strategies? These are strategies that really can harm your Amazon business and your whole business in total, and are not allowed by Amazon and by law, of course. So it can really shut down your whole business if people try to attack you with black hat strategies. So today I want to talk about these strategies and how you can avoid being a victim of them. So first and foremost, these strategies are completely forbidden by Amazon and mostly by law. So the information provided should be used for defending purposes only. So do not use these strategies. It's really bad karma to do those things. And you should really focus on building your business and growing it instead of hurting competitors with these strategies. It's mostly Chinese sellers who try to use these techniques, and you should be aware of them and know how to defend yourself from them. So we're gonna start with the first strategy. That's the PPC clickstorm strategy. So I was once a victim of this strategy. So what happens is that another seller tries to let you go broke by having huge PPC costs. And how does he do that? He just tries to put clicks on your PPC campaigns. So he uses bots to generate clicks on your PPC campaigns. So you run out of budget for your campaigns, you have high costs, and you won't get displayed on Amazon anymore. So he can grab those spots to advertise. So if you have unusual amounts of clicks on your PPC campaigns, but no sales, that's the catch. So you have your daily budget used up within minutes or hours. You might be a victim of this PPC clickstorm strategy. And of course, the consequences are you have really high PPC costs, but no sales. So the worst case. And what can you do about it? First of all, don't set high daily budgets for your campaigns. There are some strategies out there that say just use a $5,000 daily budget for your campaigns because it raises the relevancy of your PPC campaigns. That might be true. I'm not sure of that, but what it definitely does is to ensure if you get a victim of the PPC clickstorm, you will pay a lot. So don't do that. Don't set your daily budgets too high. And if you encounter these issues of PPC clickstorm attacks, send a detailed report to Amazon showing the statistics of your PPC clicks over time. And if you do it right, you can even get a refund for that, because Amazon, of course, wants you to have PPC strategies and spend a lot of money on PPC. And if you are afraid of that because of the PPC clickstorm attacks, that's not good for Amazon, because they want to make money. So they will probably refund you this attack costs. The next strategy I want to talk about is stock blocking. So what is that? Stock blocking means some competitor or anyone who wants to attack you tries to put you out of business by reserving all of your stock. So they are using bots to put your product in the cart. So it is shown as reserved stock, and you won't have any stock left to really sell. So you won't get displayed or get impressions on Amazon anymore. How can you detect that? Of course, you can check your reserved stock on Amazon, and if you see no sales the whole day, but normally there are a lot of sales for your product, you should check if there is a lot of reserved stock and if someone is blocking your stock so you don't have stock to sell. How can you defend that? First of all, if this happens, set your listing to inactive, because safety first. You want to get out of there right away. And after you have done that, ask the support for help. They know about this problem. And I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it in the long run, because you could do that again, weekly, daily, whatever. But if you notice it, just get help from the support. They might be able to do something about it. The next thing is category jumping. So a lot of Chinese sellers buy old vendor accounts on marketplaces, on black marketplaces, and try to get you out of business by just changing your category to something really strange. So what happens is your organic and PPC relevancy goes down a lot, and you won't rank anymore for any keywords that are relevant to you. And of course, that's a bad thing. So how can you change that? You can change it yourself if possible. So Amazon got a little more strict with the category settings. So you might have to ask the support to do it and change it back again. But normally that shouldn't be a problem. But the thing is, you have to notice it. So I would recommend Helium 10 alerts for that, so you get an alert if something changes on the listing, like the category or the pictures, or of course reviews and stuff. So that's a tool I would definitely use. There's another video on that you can check out. Another Blackhat strategy is the picture chaos strategy. So what happens is the same thing like the category. Some attacker just uses a vendor account to change the pictures or delete the pictures completely. So, and you know how important the pictures are on Amazon. So if you don't have any pictures or strange pictures of something else, you won't make sales. So your listing goes inactive or the conversion rate decreases to 0. And what can you do about it? The same thing like changing the category back. So just change the pictures back yourself, or ask the support to change it back if not possible. Also, again, you can get noticed by Helium 10 alerts if something changes on your listings, like the pictures and categories. The next thing I want to talk about is the voting war, and I was a victim of this lately. So I got hundreds of upvotes on bad reviews on my listings. And of course, that's really bad, because the most relevant reviews appear on top, and the most relevant reviews are those with the most upvotes. So other sellers try to manipulate your reviews and put the worst reviews on top, so people don't buy anymore, and your conversion rate really will increase because of that. And what can you do about it? Well, unfortunately, not really much. You can generate new upvotes for your good reviews, so they appear on top again. And that's a war you have to fight. If this starts, you have just to get more upvotes on your listing than the attacker does. And how you can do that, I already explained in another video. The next strategy is the bad review strategy. So I mean, that's simple. Another seller or the attacker tries to give you bad reviews. So if you notice an unusual amount of bad reviews or suspicious reviews that sound a little odd, that's probably from another seller that tries to harm you. And of course, your conversion rate decreases massively, because if you go down in stars in general, or just get more 1-star reviews, it's always bad for the conversion rate. So what can you do about it? Check if the customer profile is suspicious in some sort. So if you can find out who it is and maybe report it to Amazon, and otherwise you have just to generate new positive reviews. There's just no way around it, unfortunately. The same is for good reviews, and you might ask yourself, Mark, good reviews doesn't sound that bad. Yes, it doesn't, but in this case it's bad, because if you get an unusual amount of good reviews that are really, really, really suspicious, like if someone generates reviews for you that are really bad translated, or always the same reviews, like copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, always the same review, or it mentions rebate reviews like, hey, this seller asked me to write a review and I got money in return. So Amazon, and if Amazon sees this, and of course Amazon will see this because the attacker will report it to Amazon, you will get your account closed. So the product will be closed, or the account, and yeah, that's the worst case, of course, for you. So always check the customer profile of these reviews. If you can link it to somebody or find out if it's another seller, and report it to Amazon proactively. So don't wait until it's too late. Try to get ahead of it and ask Amazon what you should do, because you are not generating these reviews. Let them know about the issue before someone else, for example, the attacker, contacts Amazon about this, because then it might be too late. The next strategy is the red out strategy. So the attacker will use a violation accusation, for example, your pictures. So the pictures aren't right, the product details aren't correct, it's not the product details from the real brand, or the support is horrible, so I don't get support from the seller. So that might also lead to product closing and account closure. So how can you defend it? Report it to Amazon. Try to create a plan of action and send it to Amazon. Try to tell them, hey, there's nothing wrong. Let them check all the stuff that have been accused, and make sure to let them understand it's an attack and there's nothing wrong and you are a good seller. Yeah, one step further, that's really bad. So of course Amazon wants to do everything that the customer is happy and safe. So if there are any quality and safety issues with your products, Amazon will just close the product right away. They don't play with that. So if some seller tries to harm you, he might use this strategy and just buy a product as a normal customer, report safety concerns to Amazon, like the product catches fire, or it's a toxic product, or it gave me a rash or something, and tries to prove it with pictures. So he might just order your product, even if it's a garlic press, and sets it on fire and makes pictures of it. Even if that doesn't make sense at all, if Amazon hears your product catch fire or something, they will just close the product because they're too afraid this will happen again to another customer. And now you have to prove to Amazon that your garlic press isn't flammable. So that's not an easy task. But you have to try, of course, and report it to Amazon and show them, hey, this is the product, it's really safe, we have certificates and stuff, and we are well recognized brand, and create a plan of action to ensure there's no way this product can harm people, like quality inspections and stuff, and send it to Amazon, and make sure they understand that's an attack of another seller. The next strategy is the copyright cop strategy. So it's the same thing basically, but with copyright issues. So the attacker will again be the customer and buy the product and reports copyright concerns to Amazon. So it doesn't matter if he uses a real product, which he will send back, so return it to Amazon and just put a fake product in the box and say, hey, I got this fake product from this seller, or even easier, he just photoshops an image of your product with like a Nike logo or Adidas logo or something, and says, hey, this seller is selling counterfeit products, and you will probably get issues and your product will get closed, or even your account because of that, even though there's no way this could happen. But you have to prove it to Amazon again, report it, create a plan of action, send proof of your product, like pictures of your products, maybe an online store you can show and stuff like that, and let them check your stock in the seller in their warehouses to ensure they know it's not counterfeit. The next thing is Google attacks. So Google ad attacks. So a seller or the attacker will just create Google ads for you. Yes, you heard right. So he sends traffic via Google ads to your product page, which doesn't fit the search request. So for example, he would create an ad on Google for cat toys and send it to your garlic press listing. And of course, what will happen is nobody buys it because they wanted to get a cat toy and not a garlic press. And your conversion rate will decrease massively, your ranking will decrease, your PPC campaigns relevancy decreases, and it really hurts you and your KPIs for your listing. So what you can do about that is to find it out, see if your conversion rate decreases somehow. You have to keep track of this and report it to Amazon, report it to Google. This Google ad gets closed and the Google Ads account gets closed. The next strategy is the cancel chaos strategy. So if you have unusual amounts of cancellations on your products, that might be also an attack on your business. So of course your ranking decreases, your PPC campaign relevancy decreases, your account or product gets closed because you have so many cancellations, and someone is just using bots or real buyers to buy the product and cancel it right away, and saying something is wrong with this seller. Report it to Amazon, let them know beforehand before it gets too many of the cancellations, and try to set your listing inactive if necessary. The last strategy is the A to Z strategy. So if you have unusual amount of A to Z safe buying guarantees used, that's the worst thing a customer can do to you, because Amazon is really strict with those. You can't have too many of those because Amazon has to return the product and give the customer back their money. So if someone uses this strategy and generates a lot of complaints with this A to Z safe buying guarantee, your product and account might get closed really fast. And so report it, close your listing, see what's happening, and try to fix it with Amazon and let Amazon know there's someone attacking me. So I hope these strategies gave you an insight on what other sellers are using to may harm your business and get ahead of you. So be aware of that, know what you have to keep track, what strategies can happen to you, and if you encounter problems, try to hand in a plan of action to Amazon. And if this doesn't work and it gets rejected and your account gets closed, you can also contact me. I have some contacts for you that get your account back, even if it has been closed already and the plan has been rejected. So there are ways to get it back. Let me know, and I hope this video helped you. See you in the next one.